Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia and welcome back to Overcoach. So this is going to be a little bit of a different one because, as you know, there's a bit of a backlog, and this Overcoach VOD actually comes from not the normal competitive, but the competitive open queue that we had a couple of weeks ago, just before the anniversary. So in this mode, there are no roll limits. There are no 222 fixations on this in this mode. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. As you can see with our team right now, we have an interesting setup because we have a single tank in Sigma, and we have a Bastion, and we have a Torb, and we have a Hanzo. So yeah, this is what happens. This is old Overwatch, isn't it? And we are on the Lucio. We're going to look for a boop. We actually do have an Orisa, which is interesting. So we're going to look for a boop on good old Rialto Bridge here. Bop. Wait, bop. 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 Okay. We deserve to die there. That's not how you do the boop with Lucio on Rialto Bridge. You've literally got to wall run across, boop, get out. You can't hang around like that. You're asking for death, and that's what they served you with. So yeah, that's a learning point right there. Get better, just get better with the rollout on that on Rialto. Load up a custom game. Wait, hold on. So if you want to get better with wall riding and rollouts with Lucio, load up a custom game of the map you want to learn on, and just empty lobby, skirmish, and do it. Just do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That's how you will learn to wall ride really well. That's why I don't wall ride very well, because I don't practice it. So, yeah, that's what I do to improve that. But what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Now, if this was in the replay viewer, I'd be detaching right now and showing you just how silly your positioning is right now. You are, 1, at the very front of your team. 2, right next to an Orisa and a Mercy. You have got absolute tunnel vision on a Mercy. 3, you are behind the Orisa barrier. So anyone who, well, actually your Mercy's dead, so it doesn't matter. But if there was an Nano or something that you would want healing from, you're not going to get it because it's not going to come through that barrier, because that barrier will block that healing from coming through. Also, note that your Mercy has gone down, and you're not in a position to heal your team here because your heal aura is around you and you are the center of that heal aura. You are being red at Lucio. You are very low. You must get yourself out of this situation. You also must switch off speed and go to heal, because otherwise you are going to die. You are getting stuck behind the Orisa. You died because you overextended. You see what happened there? Luckily our Hanzo's got 2 picks and the Orisa got picks, but it's fairly traded out here. We need our Sigma to survive. We have our Mercy there though, so if our Mercy survives and keeps the team up, and we get them up. Okay. So what? I swear I just saw a Mercy there. I swear I just saw the enemy Mercy there. I did, I was right. Why did we go for the Orisa when we saw the Mercy on our right hand side? Like, we literally sped past her and went for the Orisa. Why did we do that? That Mercy was incredibly out of position and our Torbjorn was there. We could have killed her. We've just booped her to safety. And we are still frontlining. We are frontlining. We're looking for boops off the bridge. You do not do this to a hog. Oh my goodness me, that hog should have killed you. You are lucky that you can't do this. You are going to die again. And you've just... Oh, no, 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 no. You've beat it to save yourself. Because it was your mistake in the first place of being in that position. You should not be in that position. Do not purposely look for... What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Can you see? The Torbjorn shouldn't be here either. You have a Sigma and an Orisa, which should be taking the flak damage for this. Your Torbjorn deserves to die, because he is in a poor position, so is your Hanzo. You have 2 barriers and you are not using either of them. Stop looking for boots. Stop, 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 stop. You're dead again. Because you were looking for boots off the bridge. We are past the bridge stage of Rialto right now. Forget about it. You're not going to get any more boots off it. Now we just regular play Lucio. Right, we need to stay here. We need to stay here. We need to stay here. Where are we going? What are we doing? We're feeding. We're feeding. Feeding. What do we do that for? What is one Soul Lucio going to do there? You could have regrouped and recontested that. But you couldn't because you went in. Why? Why? You're lucky to get good spawn there. You can't boop a gold arrestor. What are we doing? What are we doing? What? Look at your team. They are dying. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wow, we booped an arrestor. That has actually done nothing for you guys at all. Killing that Arissa. Because you already lost 2, now you're dead. That pick on that Arissa, completely useless. You gave your life for that Arissa to come back quicker than you have because you were overextending. This is bonkers. You realise this positioning is absolutely bonkers. Out. We need to regroup. We need to regroup. So I think I know what's going on here. Because this is open queue, and I played open queue when it was in. I think people are playing this a lot like quick play, and I think this is what's going on here. Because this is not good. This is really not good. What are we doing? What are we doing? What? Do you think you're gonna win this? Do you think you're gonna win this? What? We're gonna lose to D.Va. We gave D.Va her mech back. You are not working with your team whatsoever. This is like extreme Reddit Lucio territory here, but we're not getting value. We're overextending. We're getting punished. Why are we beating? Why are we beating? Don't beat. What? We wasted that beat completely. What? Our team was still respawning. Ah. I didn't actually... Oh, we're on the Reaper now. Because we have Brigitte, Moira as our supports, and we have Sigma solo tank. Okay, let's hold on a second here. Because I realise that I haven't done something at the start of this video. And that's actually tell you what level this VOD's at. So, this VOD, I believe, is around 2482 on competitive open queue, which is high gold. Well, very high gold. That's open queue. Or was open queue, I should say. Open queue's not in at the moment, but it will be back. So now we're on the Reaper. Let's see what we can do on the Reaper then. We do now have a Brig solo heals though. We need to get out. We used our Wraith. We didn't have our Wraith, so we couldn't get out. Do you know what the sequence is with Reaper? TP into the back line, ideally somewhere where they can get you. You then drop down or come into the back line. You try to assassinate someone or you do an absolute megaton of damage. Then you Wraith out to safety. You do not Wraith in. Because you die. You can't TP out. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's a shame because your team comp for open queue was actually very good. There was a lot of potential in it. But you got rolled. Big time. Let's see what happens then. So, we're going to the main tank now. Reinhardt. With a Brigitte solo healing and quad DPS, Sombra, Widow, Echo, and Hanzo. The only problem is the Brig solo healing. So we need to be careful we don't get hooked up the bridge, but it looks like they're not actually going to go for that. Be careful. Be very careful. No, no, we don't want to be here. We need to be extremely careful when we have a Brig solo heals on us. We're dead. We're dead. So, with the comp that our team is running, it's going to be very difficult for us to take space. Do you know what actually would be advisable here? It actually wouldn't be a Reinhardt. Why did we just take that dynamite, by the way? You just given that Ash ult charge and that Roadhog ult charge as well. To be quite honest, we're doing nothing on the Reinhardt, and we're going to find it very, very difficult to do anything on the Reinhardt here. Do you know what I would probably go here? What we saw just before Roll Lock was introduced in the Overwatch League, don't know whether you remember, it's what Shanghai Dragons did so well with on in Stage 3 last year. Why are we charging a hog? Let's not mess with that hog. He's going to shred us. Nice. Nice. We should be able to break this now. But what the Shanghai Dragons ran, not just the Shanghai Dragons, but what was ran in Stage 3 of last year, we don't charge Narissa because she's just going to gold us, is triple DPS. And the tank they ran with that was Hammond. And I would probably roll the Hammond here. Simply because we have a Hanzo and a Widow. And an Echo. And I think Hammond would work very well here. The only issue is the hog on the enemy team. Because what we could do... Yeah, they've lost this fight. We should take this point. But what we could do... Again, that's ballsy. It's ballsy, remember, Brigitte solo healer. What we could do is run the Hammond, and then we pile drive them. And when they pile drive, they're up in the air, they're sitting ducks for our Widow to pick them off, and our Hanzo to pick them off. That's what we could do there. That's the big brain. But again, sometimes that requires team coordination, and you don't get that in competitive very often, let alone open queue. And look, there's another Lucio going at it in the back lines, and I don't know why. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to do a reverse shatter here? We're going to do a flank shatter here? We're going to try it? There's the Ash. Don't try it because you're down, members! That's worked as well. Oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. Just you and the Echo, you're going to have to make it work. You're very lucky with that. That shouldn't have worked. You shouldn't invest ults like that in a situation where you are down so many teammates. That was basically a 3 or 2v6 fight, I think. Very lucky. It was very, very clutch, but it will not work a lot of the time. Bearing in mind they also have their own Reinhardt, so he could have turned and blocked it. We have a very big problem in sustaining in a long fight, and that's not necessarily our fault, that's just because of the composition we've got. Right, we need to... Where are we going? Where are we going? Every single person in our team is dead. Every single person in our team is dead. What are we doing? Feeding. Why? What is a solo Reinhardt going to do? Exactly. In that situation. You knew your team was dead. And you just went in and died and fed them ult charge. Big pick. Now we go in. He had B, so now we use the EMP. Unlucky on the charge. Poor D.Va's dead. Swing. He's going to use his shadow in a minute, I can tell it. Careful you don't get booped here. Okay, he didn't use the shatter. That's good. Held on to it. I like that. I was thinking you might yeet the shatter when you saw 3 of them there, but you didn't. So now you have Echo Ult and the shatter for the next fight, and the Ilya rally as well, which is good. They only have beat, and well, they do have bomb coming up to couple with the Reinhardt ult. So bang, shatter. Nice block. We didn't get the best value out of that shatter, did we? We didn't get the best value out of that shatter at all. We had an opportunity to put the Ashe, Soldier, and Mercy, I think, on their backsides. But we didn't take it because their Reinhardt was overextended. We end up being a bit too careful with our ult. We block their Reinhardt's ult, which was very good. And then we shatter the Rein. Solo. So, yeah. That wasn't the best use of the ult in that situation. We could have used it a little bit earlier and got better value out of it. We're beating this Reinhardt something good with our Echo, which is fine. We need to back off for the heals. Oh. Our team is kind of turning this. Are they going to sneak it in? Our Echo's popping off. Oh, but the Soldier just got a double helix. You don't see that very often. Okay, so we pull out here. Our Mei dies. Don't. So that Mei is dead over there. She's actually gonna get out of that. Okay. Well, nice block on that. We don't go charging a Reinhardt in deep like that. We should die here. Oh no! Okay, fair play. Good shatter. But it was a ballsy play. To charge our Rein like that. We missed the charge on Bob, but I think we knocked him into the room, which is okay. Okay, so we get that point then. So now it's 3-3 and it's winnable. So the question is, what do we do? We are going to attack first, I think. Or we're going to defend first. Yeah, we're going to attack first, aren't we? Because we have less time. No. So we're going to stick with the Reinhardt here. We're going to move across the bridge. We still have this comp, which is okay. A little bit of change to it because of the Ashe and stuff like that, but it's fine. Again, we've, gone very, very deep. We have a Brig with us, so it's not too bad right now. We've cut that Sigma off, so kill him. No. There was a Sigma. Okay, he's dead. And the rest of our team overextended. Okay, our Ashe has popped off. Can we make it back to the point here? Charge across. We can charge across, yeah. Okay, so this is winnable because we got the Orisa. So push forward. Barrier up, barrier up, barrier up. You're purple. Barrier up. We do have a barrier, use it. We have a barrier, use it. We have a barrier, use it. Why did it take us so long to use that? We should have put that up as soon as we were purple. Okay. Reinhardt's back now. What are we doing? We can't do that because that's suicidal at times. Ooh, I knew you were going to shatter that. Fair play. The Reinhardt didn't have his barrier ready. Charge him off the map. I honestly would have charged him off the map because you're going to die to him now. I would have actually charged him off the map there because he had the nano. And we were winning the fight on the point anyway. Okay. So this is an overtime push. We don't want a C9. We don't do anything silly. We're coming up to an Echo ult. We're coming up to a Bob. They have... Oh, well, they almost have Attack Visor. They have Deadeye. And they have the big old pole from Moira. The McCree is on the flank and cut our Hanzo. We need to be careful now. Yeah, McCree is up there. And he's going to be such a problem for us. He's killed our... yeah. The McCree is getting value. Echo's killed him though. And we have the Echo copy, which we don't have now. He's not going to get us from there. This is lost. The McCree just had free reign coming back in there, and there's not much we could do about it, to be quite honest. As a Reinhardt, there's not much we can do about it. We can't go off and leave the front line and then just go up there on a journey and deal with the McCree. So yeah, I mean, the thing is they're kind of outcomping us as well. They've got two supports. We've got a solo break heal, and yeah, I still think Hammond is the better pick here. I still think Hammond is the better pick. That's just my gut feeling. It's just my gut feeling. So, we're going to stick on the Reinhardt on defense. We now have Zen, Brig, Hog. Okay. So we have more... Oh, we have a Mercy. So we have a lot more staying power. We also have a Doomfist, which is... yeah, that's a thing. Hanzo's good. We don't defend here on Rialto. When... where are we going? Defend at the corner. Defend at the corner. Where the Hog is. Hog and Brig have got it. Hog and Brig have got it. Why are we defending here? No, we don't defend here. This is not what we do. We're so open. We're so open. We're just going to take an absolute ton of damage. We're going to have no barrier. What? We should not be defending here. We should be defending where that Hanzo is. You're going to have no... You are going to lose the shield war. Now you're behind your entire team because you lost the shield war and you backed off. And now we've lost that fight because they pinned our Brigitte. Although our Brigitte has got rezzed and the soldier died, so that's advantageous. Our Hog got value. We missed a fire strike on the Reinhardt, so we don't kill him. You can see how your positioning was off there though, and there's Nash behind us. You can see how the positioning was costly there though. We don't defend at bridge on Rialto. That's not what you do on Rialto. You defend. Well, I mean, we've seen crazy stuff, right? But in my opinion, on Rialto, you defend at the corner. The left-hand corner, the payload's already past it now, but you can get crazy value from there, and you can use environmental cover. We are in on our own. We are dead. The Mercy has rezzed that Hanzo, and that means. Oh, why do Mercies do that? There's no possibility she can res that successfully without everything going to crap, basically. So, I don't know why she did that, but also we were in a terrible position, so we were never going to really win that. Hog's going to come in and touch the point, so that's fine. Push forward. You need to be in front of your team here. Too passive. What are we doing? Oh god, that shouldn't work. Put your barrier up before you die. Okay, so you got severely cut off there. You got severely cut off. You were completely out of the eye of your team. That Reinhardt should have blocked your shatter. That Reinhardt should have blocked your shatter, and he didn't. And that's how you got out of that. Because a better Reinhardt there is going to block that shatter and then pin your backside to the wall. You would be dead very, very quickly in a different situation, or a different case, should we say. So you're very lucky. Again, we're charging in like a madman. If another Reinhardt, again, he will charge once you've hit the wall, and you will be splattered into the wall. It's just what happens. A lot of overextensions, a lot of bad positioning. Ay. It's very quick play, but that's... I know, because I played it. That's what happened in competitive open queue. It just turned into a massive quick play mess around, really, at times. Which I think is what happened to your team once you lost the first attack the first defense so heavily. Oh god. They should have seen you coming. They should... You cannot telegraph that anymore. They should have seen you taking that rotation. You end up winning because of that flank shatter and the barrier. But they should have seen you coming. They really, really should have seen you coming. You will not get away with that. And I don't think you play like that in normal competitive. I don't think you play like that in normal competitive somehow. That was something else. It was open queue, and that's what we have to remember. An open queue, I hate to say this, but open queue wasn't taken perfectly seriously when it was on live, in my opinion. And so this is what happens. Your Lucio was overextending, very poor positioning, getting caught out, costing team fights. Your Reinhardt, you can't keep flanking shatter like that. It will not work once you move up the ladder. Your positioning was slightly off, but you did have it hard because of the team composition that was being run on your attack phases, where you had 4 DPS and a solo brick heal. So there's not much you can do about that. It's not an ideal comp, but again, we did make it work, which is ideal. On the defense, the second defense, we had a much better comp. Much better comp, and we saw value from it. But that last flank shatter should never have worked. They should have seen you coming. Someone should have seen that big bad German hunk going round and coming behind their team. It is just very, very poor game awareness. And yeah, that was not a good match, was it? There were a lot of errors in there. But I think it was interesting to take a look at an open queue. I think it was a very interesting look at an open queue match because we got to see different roles. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.